9 years, so around 4 to 7 years of residency. Yes.
So you have finished your med school right now, right? I mean, you're now
Yes.
doing your specialty.
Yes,
Mhm.
I'm a fifth year resident doctor, so last year of residency.
Okay, crazy. So it's like total 12 years of medical education.
Yes.
6 plus 6, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And India, it's like 6 years of med school. And
Mm-hmm.
after that, 3 years of post graduation with where you do it in, as a as a specialty first. So I did in internal medicine, and after that, again 3 years if you want to subspecialize either in cardiology, neurology, or like that. So it's like 9 years for MD or like for to be a specialist doctor over here. And if you want to be
Mm-hmm.
super specialist, that's what we say. It's like almost 12 years.
So in India, for example, you could stop, you could do med school and do those 3 years and stop and be sort of a generalist doctor, or is it mandatory to do the other?
No, not mandatory, not mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
But the competition is such a at a huge scale in India. I mean,
Yes, here as
yeah,
well.
such a yeah, such a huge population we have, right? I mean, it becomes mandatory to have the highest degree and to be the I mean, it's not mandatory though, but most of the students are. You might have also came across Indian people which are staying in your room. Do you have any Indian people staying there in your town?
Yes, yes,
So you
we
must have
do.
experienced that they're quite ambitious, right?
Yeah, I actually had a couple of colleagues, they're in their 40s now in gastroenterology, and I've worked with them, and they're actually very appreciated here
Yeah. I mean,
because
yeah.
of how you see things and your mentality. It's much more relaxed, and I guess patients feel more natural with you. We are a bit stiff, and
Oh, that's nice. Thanks for the compliment for entire
yes.
Indian audience who might be watching this, yeah, later. So I have streamed video right now on my YouTube. On YouTube, I don't
Hmm.
have like much of the following. So I've streamed it so that I can save it on the YouTube as well as Zoom. Is that fine?
Yes, yes.
Okay, absolutely. All right. So let's deep dive into this medical curriculum if you're talking about that. So before, like, how did you actually choose medicine? That's the question which I asked to all the guests come to my podcast. So that's a very different journey for each of person. So I would like to hear from you.
Yes, well, in high school, I followed, it's not a major, but the main subjects that I was learning was natural science, which
Okay.
is biology, chemistry, and mathematics. So almost half of my colleagues were going to med school. I was a little bit unsure if I would be fit for med school. I was also considering law school, and my mom would have loved that. But eventually, I decided that biology is something that you can understand in a logic way, and you don't have to just memorize as you would in law school. And it felt much more natural for me to go to medicine. It wasn't like I had a dream since I was a kid, it was a practical decision.
Practical. No, absolutely. I really appreciate that honesty because
Yeah,
most
well,
of the most of the times people say that like I wanted to be a doctor. Even same was with me. You wouldn't believe. Like I mean, this is your podcast, so but still I would like to share a small bit that I actually ended up in medicine is because I didn't want to do anything else or like engineering for that matter. I was
yeah,
really
I
not
wasn't
good.
good at mathematics either, so
Exactly.
that was out of the
Yeah,
window.
exactly. Cool, cool, cool. So, basic things as your resident now, finally a resident. So, what sort
Yes.
of cases you more oftenly get encountered in your clinical practice?
Um, well, in the place where I work, we have really complex cases because I'm studying internal medicine, as I said. So our cases are crosses between oncology cases, a lot of heart failures, mostly heart failures, chronic renal diseases, people with diabetes, and most often people which have all of this at once. So plus
Mhm.
minus the oncologic part, which we do have a palliation section for
Okay.
that.
Nice. And what about toxicology? Like what sort of toxicology cases you get? Any animal bite or like that?
Those are very
Okay.
rare, and we have an infectious disease hospital which takes those cases.
Okay.
Sometimes we had on our section people. I hope I can see. I can
Podcast चलेगा था.
understand with you. All right. Sometimes we have people that voluntarily take medicine
Okay.
in purposes to harm themselves. So those are the only toxicology cases that we have. Otherwise, it's mostly chronic diseases which have certain
Hmm.
decompensations.
Okay. Okay. And in India, particularly, we get a lot more often with the toxicology cases like snake bite, OP poisoning, and which we just
Yes,
must have read in the book, I guess. Yeah.
we don't have probably the hospital, the city where I'm at, it's in the country. It's not countryside, it's a field.
Okay.
It's not in the mountains. So probably people from hospitals in the mountains do get snake bites, but here we don't have their
Okay.
benign snakes.
Okay. And what about the other environmental emergencies like uh, maybe heat must not be that much over there, right?
No, it's not common.
But trench foot or etc. The cold related injuries might be more.
Uh, as I said, because we have the infectious disease hospital, we tend to send
Okay.
everything that might be contagious.
Okay.
So it's being kept within a strict
Sure.
environment.
All right. All right. And are you involved in any research as you mentioned that you are in an infectious disease hospital? Are you involved in any research particularly as of now in your residency?
Me
I mean,
Me personally, no, I have not enrolled into anything that has research, but who knows, maybe in the future time I will, because here in Romania it's required to enroll in doctoral school in order to do research, and that would require me to publish papers and will get database and do the actual research work.
okay, okay, all right. Now, coming to the practice questions, few of this. In India, actually, there's a trend. Many people are we're getting aware about the AI and Chat GPT. So, is the same situation over in the Romania as well, or people are not much inclined towards AI and they trust more of the doctors?
Well, we are still emerging in that because naturally Romanian people are a bit not so trusty of this
Tech, tech
new
things.
technology. But we
Okay.
do have younger people that use ChatGPT and they come with the phone and they show us like, look, I've searched and this is what I've got. It used to be Google, now it's
Right.
ChatGPT. But
Yeah.
what I've noticed is that doctors use ChatGPT much more often than
Hmm.
patients. And
Do
it's
you?
a real tool if you know what to ask and how to ask it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like a book, or you can say an entire encyclopedia at the fingertip, right? I mean, it's going to be really helpful, but if obviously
Yes.
used wisely, that's given, right?
Yes, you need to have a solid knowledge base in order to filter what is correct and what is not. So,
Okay, okay, nice. Coming to residency question again, one. In India, we have a sort of hierarchy between seniors and juniors. Are you aware about that?
about in how things are in India
Huh?
in general, but not in detail.
Okay, and so there is a hierarchy in the medical colleges between senior, junior. So junior has to call senior sir, right?
Hmm.
Or majority senior gets little offended if you don't call them sir or something like that. Okay, and in a way, in India, obviously the patient load is such a huge that all the entire 3 years of your residency you're overworked. Okay, that's given for there, and nobody has any right to complain to anybody. There are no like fixed work hours. So you have to work for how many patients are there. So that's fine. That's like you're given. I mean, you're like a maybe you can say you have a contract of all these patients. You have to treat them anyway. And in that way, sometimes conflict occurs between senior and junior. But Again, you can't complain with your senior about anything. So junior doctors, the first years particularly, first year into the med school or residency, they get a lot of, burden. So is it the
Mhm.
same situation over there, or like how is the interaction between senior and junior?
I would like to ask you about the working hours in India. Like, are you required to stay a certain amount of hours, or you just stay until you finish?
No,
If
no, no.
you do finish.
No, actually, there's no working hour regulation. Honestly, people are working more than working hour regulation, whatever are those, because the number of the patients are much, much more. So,
Yes.
because of that, what happens? But still, I will say on an average, Indian doctor must be working somewhat around 12 hours every day in a week. Okay,
Yeah,
so almost
that's a
70
lot.
to 80 hours. Yeah, almost 70 to 80 hours. Maybe more than that.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But not for the all the branches, obviously. For surgical, medical branches, core clinical branches, they are working more. But
Mm.
for the basic sciences, non-clinical branches, work not must be that much.
Well, in Romania, we do have in our contracts, it's stipulated that we must work 7 hours a day, and that's how much we are being paid. But in reality, we do stay overtime many times because obviously there are a lot of patients and their problems don't end at 2 or 3 p.m. So if we start, I mean, if a patient gets admitted and we are the doctors that are asked to take care of that patient, we have to stay and do everything for that patient during a certain day. So if he's got certain investigations to be done, it doesn't matter the hour. I mean, it's not going to be 10 or 11 p.m., but oftentimes it's 3 or 4 or 5 p.m., but that's around the time we get home.
Yeah. And how many calls like you have emergency duties?
That's depending a lot on the hospital. In my hospital, we have 3 calls, out
Okay.
of which one must be on weekend days. In
Okay.
surgical specialties, because there's a deficit because of the long working hours, there are much more. There are 6 or 7 calls of
Okay.
24 hours.
Okay. All right. All good. Can you move a little to the your right?
My
Uh,
like this.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
now it's good. Now it's good because you were slightly towards the left, but that's fine now. Okay. One more thing is about how is the teaching culture over there? Like, how are the academics, or moreover, you guys study on your own?
It depends very much on the doctor you get assigned with.
Okay.
There are doctors which are very keen on teaching you and helping you get that medical thinking, not necessarily transmitting information which you can acquire yourself, but teaching you how to think the medical cases. And
Mm-hmm.
there are others which are not as involved and they sort of let you on your own. They just call you out when you do mistakes, and that's also a way of teaching you,
Yeah.
but it's not so hands on. It depends how lucky you are to get someone that is interested in teaching you how to think medically.
Okay. That's nice, interesting. Same is up, I think, with India as well.
It
Although
also
medic.
depends. It depends if your coordinator likes you. He might be more inclined to give you more of his knowledge. Otherwise, you just have to look and steal.
Okay. Most probably, I have a very good solution for this point actually. So I learned it during after my residency when I started working. So whenever you are joining any hospital, never tell them that you're joining the same city, or you will be working in the same town or same city, or perhaps in the same hospital. And if you do that, then there will be competition. So you might not get good knowledge from them. So always tell that I'll be going to different city after the my school. So they feel little energized that I'll teach this guy and he'll talk good things about me in that particular city.
Yes.
But after three
That's a
years,
good
it's fine. Yeah.
That's a good strategy, yes. But here it's more about there are certain people who just like to teach others and because they are good. So they know like no matter how much they teach you, you're not going to be a competition or it's going to take years.
Yeah.
Uh, and they just genuinely like to share medical information, and there are others who are scared indeed, and they sort of hold back in
Okay.
giving you what they know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what about the nurses? Most Indian nurses might be a lot over there, right? Or not?
I wouldn't say so. In
Okay.
Romania, the nurses are separated from the doctors. So there's a head nurse, and
Mm-hmm.
they only answer to the head nurse. They do answer to doctors, but only if they consider, I'm talking the residents, not the
Mm-hmm.
specialist doctor, because obviously they do listen to specialist doctors. But regarding residents, they have to either get used to you, or for them to make sure that you are competent and you know what you're
Exactly.
telling them. Yes,
Mm.
when they trust you, they're going to collaborate, but if they won't, they will not listen. So you need to go to through a trial in the beginning, and they will test you to see if they can trust you.
That's nice, interesting. Same is in India as well. I mean, most of the times residents get bashed from the nurses over here, senior nurses particularly. So in government setups over here in India, there are a lot of senior nurses who are like, been working since last 10, 15 years. And residents who have just came just now, right? So most of the times they must be taught few things here and there. So yeah, in India they get scolded with the from the nurses, but eventually all are sweet, and we share the good cultural bond as well, as you know. So in a
Yes.
way, so lots of festivities are there in India, particularly where they celebrate all the festivals together. So the bond, the family kind of relation is developed. So at the end, it's like all happy.
So they form a bond outside the hospital and the environment at work.
No, no, no. I mean, out of the hospital, because most of the residents are staying in the hospital only
Oh,
for an
yes.
entire
So
day,
they
right?
become like family.
Exactly. Yeah. Even like I have been like that during my residency. And I was very close to all the nurses, because what used to happen, my professor, the doctor allotted assigned to me, was, he used to scold me a lot. I mean, his nature was that sort of like, so he used to talk like anything straightforward, and didn't ever care about the what this guy will must be feeling. But he
Yeah.
used to shout, and then nurses used to console me like, it's fine, it's fine. We have seen worse than this. So I was saying, so I used to say, okay, I'm worse or what? But they say, no, no, no. We have seen worse from the doctor. So yeah, it was like that. All right. Next question is about a little personal question that
Hmm?
during the rounds, have you felt lost sometime, or like maybe humiliated by your senior? Have that uncomfortable moment occurred to you?
No, no, because
Okay.
usually, like, even if they're harsh, they wouldn't humiliate you or belittle you, because sort of they're responsible of your evolution as well. So if they throw dirt on you, it's going to reflect bad on them eventually. They might scold you, or they might try to determine you to study more, but
Right.
eventually it's nothing to belittle you or
Mhm.
make you feel uncomfortable. They are
Oh.
much more careful at how you're feeling. And especially the newer generations that are
Mhm.
coming now, like Gen Z, they are even more sensitive than us, and they take absolutely no bad treatment at all. Like they
I
protest
know.
at every little thing, and yeah, it's going to be
I
interesting.
mean, yeah, and this is how it should be, honestly. Like, I don't know why our generation used to, absorb these things. But still, I mean, this will be interesting to see, as you mentioned. All right.
It will.
Yeah. Next question is litigation fair high over in Romania? Or like people are more aware about the medical legal things, or it's like cool, people understand.
It depends very much on I would say on the level of education of the patient and more than of the patients of his family. Because many times the family thinks that the patient has been wronged or the doctors could have done better. When the patient itself, he may be satisfied with the medical services, but the family is dissatisfied with the conditions in the hospitals, with the infrastructure, and they're dissatisfied because the doctor is not available to speak with them as often as they would like and to present updates and so on. But very rarely we talk about litigation or going to court.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
I would say people are compliant
okay, that's nice.
and they once they get into the medical system and they have an issue, they tend to trust the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
When they're outside and they don't have issues, they say, oh, the doctors don't know what they're doing, they are neglecting patients. But when they get inside and you work with them, they sort of understand your work and understand that you are trying to help, so they will not try to attack you.
Okay, all
Those are
right,
rare, yes, rare cases.
that's nice, but nice
How
to
is
know.
it in India?
In India, actually, not much fear of the litigation because majority of the population in India is not aware about those things, honestly. But now it's
Mhm.
getting more and more increasing day by day because people are having easy access to the internet. So they are searching on the internet, what should I do? Should I ask for something? Should I ask for compensation? And
And
these
they see
things
other
happen.
cases as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There are a lot of cases actually because the all kind of patients you get in India, all sort of education level they have. So in an average, even if you count it, the number will be much higher than the European countries.
Mhm.
All right. Can you just move to slightly towards right again? Yeah, or camera. Little
Like
more,
this.
little more to the right. Yeah. Now it's better. Now it's better. Yeah. It's
I
fine.
try to stay in the middle of the frame.
It's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So right now, Romania follows all the European guideline, or you have your own guidelines for particular diseases.
We usually follow the European ones because we are not fast enough to make our own.
Okay.
Because yeah, and our studies take more time, so the European guides are always ahead of ours.
Yeah.
So we usually tend to update our own with the European ones.
Okay. Mhm. I mean, this is a basic question though, but Romania is part of European Union, right? EU.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's part of the EU.
Okay. And apart from the medicine, like what are your hobbies? Football and all?
I used to do sports, but now
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just sports, nothing in a professional way, but rather to, deconnect after hospital. I would go for 1 hour, just run or go on the treadmill or the bicycle. But
Nice.
what I used to do in a more serious way was to sing at violin when
Whoa,
I
nice.
was, yes, it was
Nice.
actually my late grandfather's wish, and I started when I was 6 years old.
Okay.
But and I did 6 years of violin school.
That's
But
nice.
as I went to high school, I started to focus more on my studies and less on the violin. And unfortunately, I haven't touched it in a while. But it was a nice hobby of mine.
Do you think these hobbies play a key role in the medical career actually? I mean, in a way to just as a gateway or just to relax a bit. Everyone must have, or like, what's your opinion about that in general?
Yes, definitely. Like we should have a side activity in order to disconnect from all the medical world and the cases. Because if you stay logged in too much into that state, it's going to lead to burnout sooner or later.
For sure. All right. Now coming to little few entertaining part. So, what are your like favorite series in the medical stream? Like for the medical genre, I would say. Did you guys watch House MD in the Romania as well?
No.
Ah,
No, I
so
have not.
you have not watched. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So
I've
how?
seen some episodes of Doctor House, but
Yeah.
sporadically. I wasn't a fan. And
Ah.
what I did watch lately, it was a Korean TV show. Yes,
Those are really
I'm
nice. I have
yes,
like
and
it's
it's
I'm hard to admit that, but those are so engaging and I love it. I mean, like I watched few of this uh when life gives you tangerine. I think that's one on the Netflix, right?
yes, they're really good.
That's
And
so nice of the series, right? What do you think?
the medical TV shows, they're surprisingly accurate from medical point of view.
Okay, okay.
I
So
mean,
you
the
watch?
things they're presenting, you know, there are certain TV shows when they present a patient which is intubated and they just put a tube glued with,
Yeah.
yes, no, in Korean TV shows, it's much more
Fully
real.
integrated.
And
Oh, that's nice. I'll have to
yes,
watch. Would you recommend any series for doctors?
what I did watch is called Doctor Romantic.
Hi, I heard. It's on Netflix. Yeah, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yes, it's on Netflix. It's
Mhm.
about a surgeon that goes to a small village, small city, and he finds his mentor there, which is very tough on him, but he eventually learns and becomes a good surgeon.
But still, he is romantic in a way. That's a so Korean
There's
thing.
there's a romantic story in it as well. Yes.
All right, all right. Okay. So even I have not watched Complete House or The Pit, actually, honestly, because as an internist or as a medical professional, we are studying and seeing that day in and out, right? So why
Yes.
again to get indulged into it, right? Right.
There are a lot of colleagues who did watch medical TV shows, and that's how they've decided to become doctors. But as I said, I went completely clueless into med school, and I'm
So
trying to do my best.
yeah, and are you like satisfied with the medicine per se, or like you think maybe other branch or maybe music for that matter would have been better choice for you?
Well, sometimes it is hard to work with people because you have to manage the emotional part as well. I do get a lot of satisfaction from getting the right diagnosis and getting the right treatment and seeing the patient getting better. But I do sometimes struggle with the emotional part because, as I said earlier, we Romanians are a little bit colder, and the patients do expect that warmth and a few good words of encouragement. And sometimes I struggle with that, so that's the only the only thing that I might find hard sometimes.
Cool.
But as a comparison, again, I'm coming back to the Indian colleagues I had. I've seen that they have a great emotional relationship with the patient.
Yeah, yeah,
The patient always comes out happy and reassured, and everything is fine. So
yeah.
I'm striving to learn that from you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Indians are embedded with that emotional quotient since childhood, because it's most of the time it's a joint family rather than
Mhm.
nuclear one, and everyone, particularly our moms, have been raising son like that. It's so just like a Japanese culture in a way, Asian culture in general, it's like that. Moreover, I'm not sure about the Chinese, but Indian, Japanese, overall it's almost same in a way of empathy and compassion. All right. Um, Next question is about little interesting trait about changing times. So, are
Mhm.
you a person who like to read from textbooks, or you rely on the e-books or maybe digital version of the books?
Printed.
Printed? Okay.
Printed hard copies. Yes,
All
and
right.
if I do study, I scan the original book and
Mhm.
I print it, so I don't draw on the original because I like to keep the original versions in my library.
That's nice.
And then yes, I have all types of little notes, and even now when I'm studying, I'm going to show you because
Yeah,
I worked
please.
on this today. This is how I
Yeah.
study.
Oh, that's so nice. I used to study that during my NEET
Yeah,
physics
so I
lesson.
fold it in three and I write really small and I have to write down everything and make sure it's logic in my mind.
That's very nice. I used to study that. So I'll show you. We have
I find it
So
easier to remember if I write it
yeah,
down.
so I have curated this book for the same reason actually. If you can see,
Hmm.
I'm not sure.
Yes.
Can you see?
Yes.
Can you see
Yes.
this? It's getting
Okay,
blurred.
it's
Yeah.
with
Yeah. Now it must be better.
color codes and everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I have made this one, obviously with the help of AI. But entire Harrison is like what I've did in a way, so that I
Hmm.
can quickly revise and go through that. And
Yeah,
actually,
Harrison, it's very
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you're reading
thick.
Harrison?
I
It's
have the
good.
Harrison here and I've tried to learn from it. And sometimes I feel like they're starting from a point and they go completely sideways.
Exactly.
Yes, and it's
It
so
happens
hard
with
to
me. Yeah, it's a
just
universal thing with Harrison, and I don't know why the same thing is repeated 10 times in the
yeah,
introduction, in the pathophysiology, again in the maybe somewhere
it's
in
a
the
bit
treatment.
tiring.
Yeah, 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 it's very tiring, and
If you,
that's
if you
confused.
did the compressed version of that with the drawings, that's really
Exactly.
helpful
Yeah,
for
yeah,
people.
yeah. That's why. And actually, this book got sold a lot in like even the people from the European countries are buying that, even African. So that's a good thing I think I did to concise the Harrison. Yep. All right.
You should send me the link for it.
I will absolutely. No, I'll not share the link. I'll directly ship it to your address. That's fine. Yeah. Just share me the details afterwards. And in exchange, when I'll come to Romania, you can just show me around. That's it.
Yeah, you are you are invited
Thank,
officially
and
here.
you too, for sure. In India particularly, we have a lot of ancient things. I mean, in Romania, you must also I have as well. But the forts and all, it's a quite rich heritage. If you can come to India, just come. Okay, we'll be happy
I
to.
would love to. There are certain medical, how do you say, congresses
Uh-huh,
in
okay.
India,
Ah, yeah,
which
yeah, it happens a lot. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of things happen over here. Yes.
so I will try to see if there's anything on internal medicine or cardiology because
You like cardiology?
uh, on our section, the professor that is leading our compartment, it's also a cardiologist. So
Okay.
we do focus a lot on that, and
Okay.
he's asking us to follow the latest guides and know the latest things related
Yeah,
to
nice, nice.
cardiology, not just internal medicine.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I also like cardiology a lot, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a super specialization in any stream because medicine, just comes naturally. I mean, it feels happening over there. Lots of different cases you can see. If you do super specialization, then you just have to see one sort of typical cases throughout your life. So I was
Yes.
someone who actually wanted to have a core medicine. So that's why I didn't do super. I got into super specialization. I got into the hepatology actually. I
Mm?
liked gastroenterology and hepatology, but I left because I was getting bored of that same thing again and again. So I thought, ki, I'll just practice medicine, internal medicine per se.
But as far as I know, India it's quite advanced in gastroenterology and
Yes.
endoscopy and colonoscopy as
Yeah,
well,
yeah, they
and the
are.
treatment of viral
Yeah, yeah.
hepatitis.
Yeah, I mean, in general, they are. In general, they are. But in hepatology per se, that branch, I used to see more of liver cirrhosis, the end stage CLD cases, and many of them are just, planned for the liver transplant. And we used to do few transplant and just wait and let's see what happens. So I didn't like that much actually. So I thought, okay, maybe I should go to the medicine, back to the medicine. Maybe all cases are there, and then I'll be a specialist. That's it. And I was pretty interested in teaching as well, so I just pursued that career. And on the social media also, you can see my majority of the videos are about the medical education.
Yes, but focused on internal medicine.
Yeah.
But they're very well done and interacting, and you
Thank
put the information in such a way that it sticks. You know, it's not just here. This is the information. You sort of do the little plays, so then it comes to your mind,
you.
and it's
Yeah.
easier to it's
Thank
easier
you.
to remember.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for appreciating. All right. Now talking about the healthcare sector per se, there are a few questions which I have. Uh, do you have like a universal healthcare plan over there where the residents actually get free healthcare or do you have like a government versus private distinction?
So in Romanian system, because it's a socialist type of system, we
Okay.
have mandatory healthcare,
Hmm.
and we do have a mandatory tax. So everybody pays 25% of their whole income for health services, and you benefit of fully 100% government supported healthcare.
That's
So
amazing.
in theory, you shouldn't pay for anything. Sometimes you do pay for little things because the hospitals are lacking maybe in medicine or utensils, but usually it's for free.
That's nice. That's interesting.
And one important aspect is that emergency healthcare is free even for people that do not pay the healthcare tax. So if
Wow.
you have an emergency appendicitis, you can get the surgery even if you are not
Actually.
assured.
That's
Yes.
that's quite interesting actually. And uh, but there might be not many cases over there, right? I mean, Romania barely might be having around 20 CR population. I'm not sure actually.
There are more.
More.
There are more
Yeah.
than that, but the issue comes from the fact that there are a lot of people that do not pay insurance at all,
Hmm.
like people that are in pension,
Hmm.
people that have reached their
Yeah.
pension, they do not pay healthcare, but they benefit. And obviously, the old people are those ones that benefit the most or from the most extended types of services and also free medication. But on
Okay.
the other hand, they do not contribute at all.
Okay.
So the funds come from the people who work and from the people who produce something.
That's quite interesting. So I would like to ask you a few things which you feel that might not be as good in the Romanian healthcare. Would you like to highlight that? It's up to you.
I would think the access to general medicine, I mean, or family doctors. We call them here family doctors, because there are a lot of people in rural areas, in villages, that do not have access to medical experts,
Okay.
and they usually get to the big emergency hospitals when their disease is quite advanced and there
Mhm.
is little that we can do.
Okay.
And that would be a very big issue for us here because people don't get the primary health care and they come in stages that require much more resources to treat.
Uh-huh. Okay. Same is in India actually. But we do have a good amount of primary healthcare centers now in the rural setup also. Actually, I have worked in one of the PSCs in the rural side. And honestly, it was scary because first of all, it was outside of the that village, and nobody used to roam around there at the night. And there was one postmortem room or autopsy room, like few
Mm-hmm.
blocks away from me, and I used to get terrified at the night, like what's gonna happen now in that stern of silence what I had. But yeah, interestingly, now people are going to the rural side in India also. But the one thing we face a lot of issue is with the finances. Doctors are quite underpaid in India. That's what I feel. Than the rest of the world. Okay, not from the other profession in India, but then the rest of the world, doctors are quite underpaid in India because again the number of doctors are much more over here. So easily government can also utilize all the doctors available.
Mm-hmm. And considering the workload,
Yeah,
especially.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm,
Could you excuse me for 1 second? I need to bring my charger, if that's
sure, sure,
okay with
fine.
you. Yes,
Yeah,
just a
that's fine.
second. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. I am back. I just to fix this technical issue.
Yeah,
All right. We are okay. It's charging.
yeah, sure. Just a second. All right. Now a few questions. Last few questions are left. Uh, First is, do you think that the medicine department over there is like more male dominant, or like it's not like that? In general, not medicine, but in general, healthcare.
If it's sorry, could you say that?
It's sorry, like it's moreover a male dominant. As
Oh,
even India, even India is not like that. But I don't know why ChatGPT suggested me that question.
from my experience, no, not really.
Not really,
Oh,
right? Hmm.
the contrary, I believe we are more women than men.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
maybe in surgical fields, but in the last years I've seen women taking the surgical field as well, and even urology, which was a strictly men dominated field, but we're
Okay.
starting to have women in that field as well.
Okay. All right. And one more question, actually. If someone is from India and wants to practice in Romania, so do they have to queue altogether different entrance, or like what's the procedure if you are aware about that?
So if they are trying to pursue residency, they have to enroll through the healthcare minister, and they do have to pay a tax of studying,
Okay.
depending on which specialty they want to choose. But
Okay.
they can also enroll and take the national residency exam, and then they can participate without tax and also get a paycheck.
That's nice. And do you have like any sort of like eligibility test for the doctors from India? Like if someone is a undergrad from India, so to do postgrad over there, is there any sort of entrance or eligibility test?
As far as I know, there is not. You just have to go and get your papers, your diplomas, and apply for it. So there is no test or
Okay,
examination whatsoever.
that's interesting.
But
Don't
it's
get
due. It does require to pay, and as far as I know, it's around 4 or 5,000 euros per year.
that's huge.
Yes, it is quite a lot.
Yeah,
So it's easier to get into residency by taking the exam. And then you don't have to pay for anything, and you also do get a paycheck.
yeah. So apart from Romania, which other countries would you like to learn in and like practice?
I would like to try the France system, the system from
Okay.
France. They're also our medical system, healthcare system. It's inspired by theirs because
Okay.
we used to be good friends in the 19th and 20th century. So I
All
would
right.
really like to see how is their system. And actually, in Romania, we do have a sort of exchange
Student
programs.
exchange. Yeah.
Yes, but
Mm-hmm.
you go there during residency, and for at least 3 months. Some colleagues stay 6 months or maybe even 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And those studies are also recognized back home.
That's nice, actually.
Yes, and
Oh,
from what I've heard, in France, you get a lot more independence as a resident. I mean, they just throw you in the fire and they let you manage on your own.
that's nice. That's nice. Okay. And in India, they will set you on fire. They'll not even throw you. Just kidding. So you must be aware about several languages, right? I mean, French and all.
Uh, French, not so well. It would require me to
So
study. I do speak
English is quite good, but yeah.
English is mandatory in school. I
Okay.
did study German, but I don't
Okay.
know, maybe an A2 level and
Okay.
a little bit of Spanish.
Wonderful. I wanted to learn Spanish actually. I am more, I used to love, I mean, I still love soccer much. I don't know if you call
Mm,
it football or soccer, but
football,
football. So I still love
football.
football a lot. And then I thought, okay, maybe I'll go to the Spain in the Real Madrid Academy or Barcelona Academy and be a sports
Yes,
doctor. Yeah, yeah. That
it's a
was the
warm
thing.
country and it's very welcoming.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, but now I think it's available. I think Real Madrid have opened the academy for the doctors to become to get a diploma in the sports medicine.
No.
Yeah, so I just read it a few days back, so I thought it's a good opportunity, but now I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. Let's see. Because you have to be physically so active, right? You have to run on the fields and be
Mm,
very, very quick.
not so much. I do have a friend which he's an orthopedist,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
he does work for a football team, but you just
Which
have
one?
to. It's a small one. It's from Arad,
Okay.
from here locally.
Okay.
It's the next city from ours, from Timișoara. It's a small city, but he usually just stays on the side and he just checks on the players, and if anyone gets hurt, he checks on them and sends them to the hospital.
That's nice. All right.
So that might be a good opportunity.
I'll try.
You
I'll
should
try
try
that.
it. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I believe in. Like, you should explore all the possibilities and just rather than having regret, do it and just you can leave it anyway, right?
it couldn't hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Mm, I think, yeah, most of my questions are taken. Uh, in general, like, what's your philosophy towards medicine and life? Like, what do you believe in? Um, More of the enjoy or more of the discipline? What do you feel?
Well, regarding medicine, and in my everyday practice, I try to implement medical education. I speak with the patients and I try to explain to them what their disease is about, what can go wrong, so they do follow their treatment, how can they improve their life. And I believe it's very important for people to know about their disease. And then second of all is trying to have an approach which prevents the
Yeah,
disease or the
exactly.
evolution of it much more than trying to treat it afterwards when the satisfaction as a doctor is not as big,
Yeah. I mean,
because
that's the
there's
key.
only that much that you can do, or you can make the patient feel a little bit better or improve the comfort of their lives. But as a doctor, you don't actually treat them, you just help them a bit.
Mm, very important. Mm-hmm. And about the content and social media, do you think it's a good thing? And what are the regulations in Romania? Can you make social media videos about for your medical practice for not advertising, but for educational thing?
Yes, well, unfortunately, it's not regulated in any way. And
Okay.
there are a lot of people that are not in the medical field which do use social media in order to sell all types of wonder,
Yeah.
miracle
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But I believe it's a good thing if
Okay.
it's used the right way. If you
Yeah.
have doctors or specialists to go out there and explain people about their disease in a way that they understand, you're helping them prevent certain
Exactly.
things. But I believe it should be regulated, and I believe that only people with a certain degree of education in the medical field should be able to do this, because there's a lot of disinformation and manipulation, and especially now after COVID, there are a lot of people that said the vaccines weren't good or the vaccines will kill you or stuff like that. And unfortunately, the government and the state did nothing to stop that. So then we
Exactly.
have to fight with the people and explain them there's no chip in the vaccines. There's no one trying to
Yeah,
cheat you.
yeah. Yeah, it's
So
quite oftenly, happens with me also. Whenever I post any video about even the adult immunization or adult vaccination, I like get like you are getting paid from the pharma for spreading
yes,
this
yes.
vaccine thing and all stuff like that.
But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
because of people who use social media for this information, and people love this type of things
Gossip,
that, yeah,
controversy. Yeah.
they don't know about, and it sounds interesting, and it's the big pharma or the new
Yeah.
social order, and it's much more appealing than presenting them hard cold evidence and facts.
And one more thing, do you have any alternate medicine in Romania than the like traditional modern medicine?
We have the homeopaths.
Okay. What are your views about it? If
Mixed.
okay.
It's funny
Okay.
because my mom, I went to a homeopath as well, and she's a
Okay.
wonderful lady. She's a pediatrician doctor. She's also a doctor. I mean, she has medical school. But my mom went to her, and my mom was absolutely excited. And she said she helped her and solved all her issues, and she made me go. I was a bit skeptical, but I went for my mom. And what I noticed is that homeopath did the work of a psychologist
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
than of a doctor, and maybe that helped me. So in the end, if the thing helped me and the impact was positive, like who am I to question it?
Exactly. And I believe in that. I mean, everyone has that sort of space they can work in. So maybe we should just respect their belonging to this, right?
Yes, yes.
Uh,
I also I believe in natural remedies,
okay.
of course, but
Yeah,
until
yeah,
a
those.
certain point.
Yeah, up to the certain extent. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Uh, Yeah. In India, I mean, this is so, rampant.
Mm.
It's called as grandma's kind of, shortcuts or something like that. I'm not able to translate that in typical English, but it's
Maybe
like,
they work because people believe in them.
yeah, yeah, totally. And, some of the times they have some sort of scientific value also. In India, curcumin use is quite rampant, and the ginger, curcumin, the tea
I
particularly. Yeah,
even I use those, but those are I see them as helpers.
yeah, helpers. Yes.
Yeah, so if you don't have anything that's chronic or you don't have other underlying diseases, they may be of help. But if you do have chronic diseases, then you do need to see a doctor and get real treatment because they're not going to work. You're just lying to yourself and you let the underlying disease progress.
Okay. All right. Uh, all right then. I think we are all done with my set of questions. If you have anything, you can just. Yeah, one last question. Who are your favorite creators in the social media, on the social media, like healthcare creators, like Dr. Mike and all those are there. So would like to know.
I to my shame, I do not follow them.
Okay.
I follow you, to be honest, because I kept
Thank you.
seeing your cases and they were so interesting. I was like, I need to follow this guy because I'm going to see stuff that I'm going to need.
Thank you.
Uh, but what I do follow is our accounts which explain AKGs,
Okay.
which do give me a real heartache.
Okay,
But
maybe you should listen to my recorded session on the EKG. Yeah, and I wouldn't say, but in a way I've cracked that EKG wala thing. So I have taken like almost ten sessions, 10 batches of the EKG classes right now. Just now, a few days back, I had a live session in the one of the medical college in India.
I
So
will check them out. I
yeah,
will
yeah,
check them
those are
out.
already
Yes.
on the YouTube also. It's available. Or
Mm-hmm.
if you want in the app, I've recently released my app. Actually, it's not launched yet. It's on the Play Store. I'm just working on the content right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we do have a saying here in Romania, a little inside joke between the doctor is that anything that you do not understand,
Mhm.
there's surely an Indian guy explaining it to you on YouTube. And the
Exactly.
explanations are on point. So
Yeah. Thank you so much. Many of my Indian followers will get happy after listening to this podcast.
but it's true, it's true. We do watch even in college. There are teachers that put YouTube videos and are from Indian creators.
That's nice. And I think that's how you got to know about me as well, right? By
It
yourself.
came randomly on Instagram, and
Okay.
as I said, it was interesting what you were putting up. So I said I had to follow.
Thank you so much. All right, we can conclude the session. I would like to get a final message from you in general about the life and about the healthcare, like how one should approach.
Um, with care. I mean, people should not be alarmed at every little thing that they feel, and take notice of every little pain they have. But if it's something that it's reoccurring or it's upsetting you, then you should go and check out with your doctor and not stay for too long until your options are not as many. But overall, like, enjoy life. Try not to stress. Stress is really a big factor in a lot of diseases. Try to sleep and try to enjoy life.
Yeah,
Have an espresso every day. Have something sweet every day. I mean, it's not
exactly.
prohibited.
Yeah, and also travel, right? Travel and learn
Travel,
few things.
yes,
Yeah, that's very important. And I think
that
I
helps.
think you travel a lot. I see most of like your
I'm
status or
trying.
something.
I'm trying to. Yes, I do try to have a couple of weekend breaks in the spring somewhere, and I recommend Italy because it's good food and people are
Yeah, I
relaxed.
we totally enjoy it. I mean, Italian food is actually one of my favorite. Yeah, I love it.
Yes, and they're also very relaxed in that way. They don't stress too much.
Yeah,
Everything can be fixed, and it's a good mentality to have.
actually. All right, all right. Okay, I'll just stop the recording now. And thank you
All
so
right.
much for joining, guys. Please
Thank you
subscribe to
very
this
much as
channel.
well for the invitation,
Yeah, thank you.
and I hope we can do this again.
Absolutely, we'll do it. I've just All right, thank you. It was
Thank
fun.
you.
I learned so many things about you and perhaps Romania, how the healthcare is over there. I hope it was fun for you as well.
Yes, I hope your followers will enjoy this.
Yeah,
I stumbled
absolutely.
on my words sometimes.
No, no, that's fine. That's totally fine. Even I did fumble because English is not first language anyway, so that's fine.
Yes, I was actually talking with my friends about this, and I think that is something about the vocal cords because you're not used to pronounce certain sounds. So
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay,
thank you
fine.
for your invitation,
Yeah,
and I'm looking forward to what you're posting next.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. We'll just take a picture. Just a second.
All right, tell me when.
Yeah. So this is little complicated. Okay. 1 second. Yeah. Now. Okay. Just a
It's
second.
okay.
Just a second. I don't know how to take this picture in. I'll take in phone. Just a second. Yeah, that will be better. I'll just take it in phone. You can just do like this. That's fine if you want to.
Or
Cool,
like.
cool, cool. It was great. Yeah, it's nice, 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 nice. All right. Thank you so much. Looking forward to have a chat with you again. And
Sure.
yeah, do share me your details or at least share me your email ID. I will
Hmm.
request you to download an app. Just go on the App Store. You use Android or iOS?
Yes,
iOS,
on
it's
iOS. Yes.
okay. Just go on the App Store and just look for the Adrenaline
Hmm.
eBooks app. If it's there, if it's not there, there will be Adrenaline named app. Okay, proper Adrenaline is
Adrenaline.
my yeah. So you can just check that app, Adrenaline eBooks or Adrenaline by my
Hmm.
name. Okay, Dr. Vishal Gabali. If you get it, that's fine. And that have I'll give you the access of the ECG as well as the Harrison-based mind maps. You can just go through that. Just see if it works for you. I mean,
Hmm.
it's not
That would be
necessary.
that would be of help. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 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 Okay then. Good night. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Take
Good
care
night.
for yourselves. Yeah.
You too.